Hello, I'm Vaughn Albury. Welcome to Ed Masterclass 101, a program produced by the Communications section of the Ministry of Education. Here, we will speak with stakeholders in education to bring awareness to the work being done to educate the nation's children. With us today is the principal of the Sadie Curtis Primary School, Mrs. Carolyn Wright Mitchell. Welcome, Mrs. Mitchell. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
I want you to tell us a little bit about your school. I know it's located in southern New Providence. Tell us about the school's makeup, size, the number of teachers, and where do how would you describe the neighborhood most of your children come from?
Well, our school boasts of a population of 1,011
1,000.
students.
That's a lot.
Yes, it's a lot of students. I believe it is the largest public primary school in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We have 58 teachers, inclusive of teachers' aides. We have 11 janitorial staff members, 7 security officers, and of course 5 administrators. So
What level do you start from?
we go from preschool to grade 6, and of course we have a unit with our special needs students.
Wow. And tell us about the size of that special need.
Well, the unit right now has 10 children, students.
Okay. So you got run the whole gamut.
Oh yeah,
That's an
definitely.
all-inclusive school.
It is an all-inclusive school, and of course, even with the teachers, we have a multifaceted specialty of teachers. So we have two physical education teachers. We have 2 music teachers. We just have a lot of teachers to meet the needs of our students.
Now,
And we are grateful.
Sadie Curtis Primary School get a lot of airplay, a lot of attention nationally, especially through the media. Tell us about what has happened since the pandemic began in March of 2020. How has your school adapted?
Well, since COVID struck, it was very difficult, the shift, the change. Um, Administrators, all stakeholders, teachers, students, parents had to adapt from the face-to-face modality to the virtual platform. And in doing that, it meant that all of us as stakeholders needed to be prepared to accommodate our students. So as we transition, of course, teachers were already using the LCD and the laptop, providing instruction to students. So it made it a little easier, and we jumped right into it, the Zoom, to ensure that the students were being taught virtually using the laptop. And so the transition, even though it might have appeared to have been a rough start, and I would agree with the teachers with that, teachers now, they are very tech savvy. They were able to quickly transition to the virtual platform, and yeah, we're grateful for our teachers.
And you mentioned Zoom and all of that. So some of your teachers use their own resources to connect with students?
Well,
WhatsApp, Zoom.
last year, teachers were using Zoom, but of course we know that the Department of Education has the Learning Management System, the LMS. And I determined that this school year, every teacher was going to use the LMS because, of course, the department is paying millions of dollars for the system, so why not utilize the system? So all of our teachers are signing in through the LMS to teach for the teaching and learning. And the same thing with our students. They must go through the LMS system to get the live classes, to get the content, and all of the activities. So yeah.
So talking about getting resources, tablets are the form of to use on the virtual platform. How was that from last year to now? Getting tablets and other devices.
Well, because of our population, we would like for all of our students to be on. Presently, only about 70, sometimes to 80% of our students are on the virtual platform. So we would like for them to have the tablets, and we were given tablets. Last year, the school received tablets for preschoolers, grade 1 and 2. We were supposed to have gotten tablets for grade 3. So all of those tablets from last year, we have distributed those tablets to the students. This year, we got the remaining of the tablets what was allocated for the grade 3s. And the majority of them are gone. We have about 11 tablets left at the entire school. But we still, we want our students to be on, so we would have reached out to corporate Bahamas, and they have, in an abundance, supported our vision,
Very
our
good.
mission, that of improved student learning. And so, in order for our students to be engaged, in order for our teachers to deliver quality instruction, of course, we need our students to have the devices. So, I want to say that our community partners have contributed immensely to the tablets, devices, laptops, and now our students are getting on.
All of them have now.
The majority of our students.
What's being done to reach those who do not have? Is there a problem of access to electricity and or connectivity for a number of your students?
Well, there are different varying challenges. Some students, even though they have the device, they have difficulty being able to navigate the LMS system. So we tell them, come into the office. All of my administrators are competent in the LMS. Notwithstanding, we have two very technical clerks and teachers aid, and so I bring them in to assist my parents and my students to getting onto the LMS so that they can do that. And then of course there is lack of connectivity, devices, electricity, so there are other factors that may prohibit our students from getting on. But parents are very adamant, they are very concerned, they are participating in their child's learning. So they're coming into the office to learn the system themselves, and we appreciate our parents for that.
What in terms of what you do, how can your enthusiastic parents encourage other parents?
Well, teachers communicate with parents and parents communicate with parents. So we have formed the WhatsApp groups. They use Remind. I know my teachers meet with their parents via Zoom. And so once they establish the groups, then they have the collaboration and communication going on. So in our demographic, our parents, they are on the cutting edge, of course, and they have devices, and so they will tell Tom, tell Jerry, tell Harry, and then everybody will start coming into the school. So it's a win-win situation all around for us.
Okay, that sounds good. But yet we still need to reach out to those parents who do not have their children engaged. Any tips would you give in closing to those parents?
Yeah, we would like to say to our parents to come into the school. We have the technical capacity and the resources to meet their needs. And if we don't have it at the school, we have a list of corporate sponsors that are willing and ready to assist us in meeting that need.
Yes. And advice to your children, to your students.
To my darlings, I would like to say to continue to log on daily, pay attention, ensure that you are completing assignments, and not be distracted with, while you're in the virtual world, because there are lots of challenges or lots of temptation,
distractions, yeah.
and distractions. Yes, so we want them to have a laser focus on the teachers and the instruction that is being delivered daily to them.
Before we close, just tell us quickly, did your children academic performance drop, stayed constant, or improved during this past 18 months?
Well, during the past 18 months, our widely important goal was to go from 80% to 85%. Did we reach that goal? No, because there were challenges. The majority, like school started very late, and so our students were not really getting on. But we've worked through those challenges, and so yes, there was a decrease in the wildly important goals, but we have identified those students, and we're doing our very best to meet their needs, so that of course when we look back at the end in June of this year, of next year, that our wildly important goals will be where we need it to be.
And we wish you all the success. That was, thank you very much, Mrs. Carolyn Wright Mitchell, the principal of the Sadie Curtis Primary School. Parents, remember it is your responsibility to ensure your child's attendance in school, and that includes logging on to the virtual classes and ensuring that your child does the work. Always remember to keep in contact with your child's teacher, and remember that education is everyone's business. For Ed Masterclass, I am Vaughn Aubrey of the Communications section of the Ministry of Education. Have a good day.